Hi again. It's Sunday night, so that's 7 days since I started the whole30. Um, so what's happened this week? Well, I've eaten a hell of a lot of veg that I would never have touched in the past. Veg that I didn't like if I'd tried it, or veg that I just never even tried before. So this week I've had carrots, turnips, sprouts, red, yellow, and green peppers, onion, leek, courgette, mushroom, sweet potato, avocado, and olives. Um, Olives I will not be touching again. They are Satan's bollocks. It's as simple as that. They're horrible. Um, Mushrooms, jury's out on that one. They're alright. Depends how you use them. I make this kind of tomato mush, I call it, which is basically, I suppose in a sense, a kind of bolognese sauce. It's pork and beef mince, turkey chunks, passata, and then I put in carrots, courgettes, mushrooms, finely chopped, onions, garlic. I put a bit of paprika in there, mixed herbs, sweet potato, and it's really quite tasty. And because I've put the turkey in and things like that, I don't miss the fact that I would probably normally have had something like that type of sauce with pasta. I've made fairly big portions, and it's thinking about it, the protein content and fat content is going to be pretty up there, which is what I'm after. I cook I soften the vegetables up in ghee, and then I cook the meat in ghee first before then putting it all into a pot, adding everything else, and just let it simmer away for half an hour maybe, just to get everything all mixed in together. I used 1.5 kilos of the mince and 0.5 kilos of turkey, so there's tons of meat in there, and I've only broken it down into 3 portions. I should probably work out actually how much protein's in there and how much of everything else, but at the minute I've got so much going on, and I'm trying to sort of just work out what I'm eating from meal to meal, to get in meat, veg, trying to create different stuff so that it's not all just tedious, boring and bland. So because I'm doing that, it's a case of having to try and sit down and work out what the actual splits are of protein, fat and carbohydrates. I'm not that concerned about that. When I got weighed last week before starting, I was 119.8 kilos. I got weighed this morning. I wasn't going to do it at the end of the month, but I felt quite a lot slimmer actually as the weeks went on. So I decided to get weighed this morning, and I was 117.1, so I've lost 2.7 kilos. In old money, that would be £6. No, yeah, about £6. So just under half a stone. And I've been eating like a horse all week, to be fair. So I've never felt hungry, and I've not felt like I'm sort of missing anything, missing meals, or that I should be eating more. I've felt quite sort of satisfied with what I've been eating. It's been a bit of a sort of up and down week in sort of other news, if you like. I had a situation on Wednesday morning when I was on my way to work. It was pretty much one of probably the most traumatic things I think that's ever happened to us. Anyone who follows us on Twitter will be aware of what it was. I was basically driving to work. The guy driving the car in front of me, who I was following, a dog ran out in front of him, and he hit the dog. The dog ended up being dragged under the car for a short distance as the guy was sort of under braking. When the guy stopped, the dog was sort of stuck underneath. It was like trapped under the car, and it was in a really bad way. Like, it was a mess, and yeah, it wasn't good. The dog was sort of crying, making a lot of noise, and there's no vet anywhere that would have fixed it. To be fair, it was on its way out. So I did what I thought was the humane thing to do, and I put it out of its misery. And I'm not, in one sense, I'm not proud that I did it. Well, I'm definitely not proud that I did it. Yeah, I kind of hated myself quite a lot since then. That hasn't really changed a lot. I think I've never killed anything bigger than a spider before, so it wasn't pleasant. But the more I think about it, I did the humane thing, and a lot of people on Twitter and friends and family and stuff have all kind of said that to us and been really supportive, so I appreciate that from everyone. I really hope I never have to do anything like that again. I hope no one has to do anything like that again. It was horrible. What I will say is, normally, something that was sort of quite emotionally distressing, if you like, would have usually prompted me to then go and just eat something. Just get some crap and just eat some crap. I've been pretty determined sort of with this whole30 thing, and the one positive was that I was, I've stuck to this. I didn't stray from it because of what happened or anything else for that matter. I've stuck to it sort of rigidly all week. So I'm really quite pleased with myself about that. So that's a positive I'm taking from the week, rather than trying concentrating on the downside of things. The other thing that happened sort of this week as a result of the whole30, or I'm putting it down to that, I was sort of advised before starting it that there was a fair chance I would have sugar or carb withdrawal. Because whilst I always considered my diet to be fairly clean, which I mentioned in my last vlog, after starting this I realised how unclean it was. So after going on to this, obviously there's no processed sugars or refined sugars, there's very little carbs, sweet potatoes kind of your main source, or it's being my main source. And so it's kind of like going cold turkey from any sort of addiction, I guess. So on Thursday and Friday I had pretty bad headaches, had the shakes at one point, felt sort of lethargic, felt nauseous, just